Today is a historical top 5 cards because for the first time ever, we have 2 of a certain type of card in the countdown. Can you guess what they are? We'll tell you next. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. I hope you had a nice holiday weekend, but I hope you are ready to get back into it today because we have a lot happening today and this week here at Sports Card Investor and Cards HQ, including tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going live on Whatnot, on the Cards HQ shop account on Whatnot, that QR code on your screen right now, for a huge giveaway. I'm taking some boxes from the store and I'm going to be giving them away live on Whatnot. I'll be on Whatnot from 7:30 p.m. till about 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Join that Cards HQ shop account. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm doing a live just for our Market Movers members, a private live for more giveaways. If you have subscribed to Market Movers, the link will be in your email. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe right now to get that link in your email, and I'll see you at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And of course, if you are anywhere in the Atlanta area, this Saturday is Topps Rip Night. It's going to be a huge event at the store all afternoon and evening long, big trade night. Get here to Cards HQ on Saturday. But today, guys, we're here to talk about cards going up in the overall sports card market, and things are looking good. Look at this. Let's take a look at the market pulse by Market Movers, and as you can see, looking at the SCI 500 index of 500 of the most prominent sports cards, things are still going up. It has been a good start to the year. We're up 1.3% over the last week. Going back to January 1st of 2024, the SCI 500 index is up almost 5%. There's a lot of green, a lot of optimism right now to start the year. Now let's talk about some of the cards that are going up the most. All right, we start every week with a cold card because it's a splash of cold water on us, that while a lot of cards get hot, they sometimes get cold shortly after. And that is the case, believe it or not, with CJ Stroud. So CJ Stroud was on the hot list a couple of weeks ago because he had a great performance at the Pro Bowl, and that gave his cards a little bit of a jump. But as often happens, now we're in the football offseason, you see a little bit of a settling of certain cards, and we're seeing that settling right now with CJ Stroud. Now, I don't think this settling is going to last long. Football cards have been incredibly hot in the sports card hobby over the course of the last couple of years, and I think they're going to be incredibly hot this year again. I bet CJ Stroud's cards are going to start going up as we get into the NFL draft period and as we get into the summer, heading towards the national, and then the start of football in the fall. But at the moment, you could buy them at a little bit of a discount compared to where they were a couple of weeks ago. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So these are from 2023 Prism, his base card in PSA 10, his silver card in PSA 10, and his Prism Flashbacks card in PSA 10. And if you look on the graph here, you can see over the last 30 days, all of these are dipping below that 0% line. Actually, we're looking over the last 14 days. So actually, these cards have been coming down since that Pro Bowl performance a couple of weeks ago, which of course makes sense because he was great in the Pro Bowl, got a little bit of a blip, but now his cards are kind of coming back to earth a little bit. And you can see here the red specifics on these cards. These cards are down anywhere between 5% and all the way down at about 33% down over the course of the last 14 days. Somebody had paid $1,450 for that 2023 Prism Silver in PSA 10. Most recently sold for $973. That card is down $474 over the last 2 weeks. Now, part of the reason for this as well, these are 2023 Prism cards. These cards came out not very long ago. There's still not many of these graded. So this PSA 10 is a population of just 66. So when somebody bought that card a couple of weeks ago, there were probably very, very few of these on the market. Now you're seeing more and more of these hit the market, which is naturally going to drive prices down as well. So for all of these reasons, CJ Stroud's market is falling a bit right now, but I don't expect it to be down for very long. But now let's talk about cards going up, and we're starting with our investment card of the week, and this week it is Greg Maddux, the legend of my Atlanta Braves, of course, Chicago Cubs legend as well. This is a crazy, crazy stat. Did you know that Greg Maddux won the Cy Young Award 4 seasons in a row? 1992, 93, 94, and 1995. This guy was absolutely dominant in his prime, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. Now, of course, his rookie cards are from the junk wax era, from the late 1980s, from 1987, which normally means they're not going to be very valuable, except there is one that people love to invest in that's a lot more rare than the others, and that is valuable. Let's take a look here at Market Movers, and that card is his 1987 Leaf card. It's this card, the Leaf card from 1987 in PSA 10 condition. The population count on that is right around 500. This is the card that investors like to turn to when they're looking at Greg Maddux cards. We also have that same card in PSA 9, and we have his regular Donruss base card from 1987 in PSA 10. Main difference there is it says Donruss instead of Leaf on the front of the card. However, the population of this one is almost 2,700 in PSA 10 compared to around 500 for the Leaf. That's why the Donruss is not as valuable. But looking over the last 180 days, you can see that all three of these cards are up in the sports card market. And in fact, all of these cards are up anywhere between about 16% and about 35%. It's been a nice increase in value in all of these cards. That Leaf card, the most valuable of them, 6 months ago, you could have picked that card up for $1,730. Most recently sold for right around $2,000. We also have his 87 Donruss base card. 6 months ago, that was $193. Most recently sold for $260. So it has been a nice bump in price for Greg Maddux cards. But now let's talk about players playing today. And in the number 5 spot for the hottest card, it's Sabrina Ionescu, the star point guard for the New York Liberty, the NCAA's all-time leader in triple doubles. But the reason why her cards are hot today is she is coming off an impressive 26-point performance in her shooting contest matchup versus Steph Curry at the NBA All-Star Game. And although she lost to Steph Curry was absolutely lights out. If she had entered the normal three-point competition with all of the male three-point shooters, she would have tied for first place with Damian Lillard, who won that competition. So her 26-point total, extremely impressive. She is one heck of a basketball player, and it's nice to see her cards getting a little bit of love in the sports card market. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and we have our 2020 Prism WNBA base card in PSA 10, as well as in raw condition. And then we have our Prism WNBA Signatures card. There's that card up on your screen. That one in PSA 10 condition as well. If you look over the last 14 days here on the graph, you can see all three of these cards are going up. In fact, they're up anywhere between about 7% and all the way up at about 33%. All of these cards with nice increases. The PSA 10 of her Prism base card 2 weeks ago was $65. Today it's $82. So these cards are inching up a little bit in the market. It's nice to see women's basketball, WNBA, getting a bit of love in the sports card hobby. We're going to the men's game for the number 4 spot today, and it is Jalen Brunson back in our top 5 today, and this is coming off of his first All-Star appearance. And of course, Brunson well-deserved that All-Star appearance. He's had an absolutely amazing season. He's averaging almost 28 points per game, almost 4 rebounds per game, and over 6 assists per game for the Knicks, shooting 41% from 3. He's been hot all season long, and his cards continue to go up in the sports card market. Let's take a look here in Market Movers and look at this graph over the last 30 days. You can see how hot Jalen Brunson's cards have been, and we're looking at 5 of his rookie cards, his 2018 Prism Silver, that card right there. We're looking at that card in PSA 10 condition as well as PSA 9 condition. We're looking at his Prism Pink Ice card right there as well in PSA 10 condition. And how about his red, white, and blue Prism in PSA 10 condition? And then finally his Prism base card in PSA 10 condition. All of these cards over the last 30 days up anywhere between about 20% and 75%. It's his Prism base card from a percentage standpoint that's up the most. You could have bought that card for $60 30 days ago. Most recently sold for $105. But all of these cards are up quite a bit. His red, white, and blue you could have bought for $86 30 days ago. Now it's $135. His Pink Ice was $100 30 days ago. Now it's $142. So it doesn't matter what Jalen Brunson card you have, chances are it's gone up quite a bit in the last 30 days. Sometimes it just takes one really great performance to put a player on the map and to cause their card prices to go up. And that is the case with Denny Advia, the small forward for the Washington Wizards. Just put up a career-high 43 points against the Pelicans on Valentine's Day back on February 14th. He's averaging around 14 points per game this season, close to 7 rebounds per game, close to 4 assists per game. His shooting percentages are pretty good as well. He's getting a lot of playtime opportunity, increasing now with Washington, and his cards, they are increasing in price as well. Let's take a look here in market movers. Look at this graph, guys. Look at these cards pop off. These are all popping off, coming off that incredible performance against the Pelicans. That happened right here where my cursor is on the screen. So you can see how these things have just like sailed off since he went crazy against the Pelicans. The cards that we're looking at here on the screen are his 2020 Kaboom, his Kaboom rookie card in PSA 10 condition from 2020 Crown Royale. We've also got his Prism Silver card on the screen here in PSA 10 condition, as well as his rookie penmanship in Raw, and finally his Mosaic Genesis. The Genesis cards, always popular cards for a player in PSA 10 condition, all for 2020. All of these cards up anywhere between 35% and 305% over the course of the last 30 days. That Prism Silver in PSA 10 condition, you could have picked that card up 30 days ago for $26, most recently sold for $106. That is an incredible increase. His Kaboom, by the way, 30 days ago was $310, most recently sold for $420. What a rise it has been. All right, here we go. We're about to make top 5 history because for the first time ever, we have a second women's basketball player in the top 5 today. In the number 2 spot today, it is Caitlin Clark, and she deserves to be here for great reason. She scored a career-high 49 points on February 15th against Michigan, and that allowed her to break the all-time NCAA scoring record. She's averaging almost 33 points per game this season for Iowa, to go along with 7 rebounds per game and 8.5 assists per game. She's having an absolutely incredible season. She is a women's basketball superstar. She's just a basketball superstar in general. And her cards, they are getting a lot of love in the sports card market. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and we've got 4 of her cards up on the screen. This is her 2022 Bowman Chrome University. This is her first Bowman card. This is her base card from 2022 Bowman Chrome University in PSA 10. We've also got the refractor version of that card in raw condition. And then we have our 2022 Bowman's Best University refractor card up here in PSA 10 condition, and we've got that one in raw condition as well. We're looking over the last 30 days, and you can see from the graph on the screen, all of these very, very nice increases over the last 30 days. These cards are all up anywhere between about 14% all the way up at about 98%. That 2022 Bowman's Best refractor in PSA 10, 30 days ago, you could have picked that card up for $113, most recently sold for $223. That is a nice increase for any Caitlin Clark collector. All right, it is time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's episode are from Market Movers. You may have noticed we have a nice new Market Movers screen design as well to allow you to see the cards and the graphs a little bit better all on the same screen. Now is a great time to get Market Movers, and I want you to try it for free. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers on the main menu bar, or go to the App Store on your phone and download the Market Movers app. Either way, Market Movers is the ultimate way to track your collection. Okay, here we go, guys. The number 1 card of the week, he's back again. Patrick Mahomes is still number 1. His cards continue to rise after his Super Bowl victory. Now, a word of caution. This rise, it's not going to probably continue. I think we probably are hitting peak prices right now with Patrick Mahomes. In fact, on my Geoff Wilson Show podcast and YouTube channel, I did a video last week about why now's not the time to buy Patrick Mahomes cards. Typically, you see these types of cards, peak out right after the Super Bowl, and then things start to fall off a little bit. Will that be the case with Mahomes? I don't know for sure, but I'm basing my assumption on history and what we've seen in previous years. And if it's anything like previous years, these cards are probably peaking out at the moment. But hey, let's enjoy it while we can, because his cards have been red hot in the sports card market over the last 30 days, and even since the Super Bowl, they continue to be hot. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. You can see what I'm talking about on the screen. A lot of these cards continuing to inch up ever since, really over the last 30 days, and even since the Super Bowl, they're inching up a little bit. I brought 5 of his rookie cards from 2017 up on the screen. You guys, of course, know his Optic base card. I've got that in PSA 10. And then the red and yellow. People like this one because of the color match with the Chiefs. This is a fan favorite variation from Optic. That's in PSA 10 as well. You might not have seen this one. This is his 2017 Score Big Man on Campus card, an insert from 2017 Score, much more affordable than a lot of his other cards. This one is sub $100, even in PSA 10 condition. I've got his 2017 Classics card on the screen here as well. This is also a more affordable card compared to his other rookie cards. And then, of course, his 2017 Prism Silver, the classic rookie card of his, all in PSA 10 condition. Over the last 30 days, all of these cards up anywhere between 11% and all the way up at 46%. It is that 2017 Classics base card in PSA 10 condition from a percentage standpoint that's up the most. 30 days ago, that card was $103. It most recently sold for $150. But from a dollar standpoint, it is the 2017 Prism Silver that is king. 30 days ago, you could have picked up one of his 2017 Prism Silvers in PSA 10 condition for right around $3,500, and you could sell it right now for right around $4,300. That is a nice 30-day flip if you have one of his 2017 Prism Silver cards. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the top 5 today. If you did, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and head on over to Whatnot for that giveaway we're doing from 7:30 p.m. to 8:45 p.m. tonight on the Cards HQ shop account on Whatnot. And don't forget to check out Market Movers. Get Market Movers, download it for free, or go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week. Take care.